Today I'm going to be talking about competition. Competition is always in the back of every business's mind. Who are your competitors? How do they work? How do they always manage to win your customers away from you? And what can I do to get on a level playing field or even get in front of my competitors? Well, you can actually use commenting to steal a march on your competitors, and you can use social media to find out what your competitors are doing so that you can have a better idea of them, you can understand what's going on, and then you can know what to do in your own company to make a difference. Either work in collaboration with the competitors in some way, or even find a way of improving your own brand, your goods and your services. Now, competition is when businesses are on a common ground, but they are still looking towards gaining an unshared goal. It's all about competing, rivalry or contesting for social status, leadership, profit and recognition. Usually in the same environment and usually with the same group of customers, and trying to obtain similar products with similar pricing. You will want to find out as much as you possibly can about your competitors. You want to know how they work. What are they doing? What new things are they producing? And if they have suddenly produced a brand new product or a brand new brand, you're going to want to know what your existing customers already think about this new product that's been put forth. So this is when a spot of social listening comes to the fore. Social listening is when you start to sit back in the shadows and watch and learn and understand what your existing customers are already saying about not only your competitors but also your own products and your own brand. You can learn a lot this way about what they think about it. Do they like it? Do they hate it? Do they appreciate it? Do they find fault with it? Does your competitor steal a march with you already? Do they have a better product? Or they may have one that isn't up to the same scratch. Perhaps it's failing in some capacities. Perhaps it has elements which work better, but yours work better in other areas. Maybe your materials that you use are of better quality, or maybe the function of your competitors' products may be superior in different ways. So the way to find out about this is to participate without immediately joining in. It's a good idea just to sit and listen, watch and learn. And then once you've gained sufficient information to hand, then join in the conversation. Ask questions, answer questions, offer suggestions. Pretend that you are another customer. This may sound sneaky, but actually it's not. It can be a great way of gaining information that you need to find out whether your competitors are succeeding in areas that you are not, or maybe that you are succeeding in your business and products over your competitors. You need to know also about whether the price is correct and whether there's any advantages that you each may have, and also what people think that you may be able to encourage them to do something called word of mouth marketing. Because word of mouth marketing is when people start talking about your products as opposed to your competitors' products, because people tend to relate to other people's recommendations much more than coming from a business marketing team. If Jane says to Anna, this is fantastic, it really gets a stain out, for example, if it's a stain removing product, they're going to go, really? Oh, I'll give it a go. And the recommendation, the word of mouth marketing is far more powerful. So part of social listening is to tentatively put forth suggestions to encourage more word of mouth marketing from the people you are talking to. Something else you can do within social listening is that you can work out what the differences are between your products and your competitors' products. And what can you do to improve it? Because competition is all about understanding where you are with your product and how can you innovate it into something bigger, better, and more effective to what it's trying to do. Another aspect of social listening is that it encourages the company to understand where they are in relation to how the customers perceive them. And if they have any problems or anything that's niggling them, an adept and very clever business person who is working on social media will know how to interact at that particular point and provide suitable customer service to maybe solve the problem. Because it's all about providing the best help and solutions to their problems that is possible, certainly before any of your competitors manage to get there before you. It's also about clarifying your message, because that's part of your branding. If you are able to understand what other people are thinking about your brand, how it's perceived, how it's understood, does it make a difference? Are you successful with the impact that you're trying to portray? So you can see, finding out more about your competitors and also how your existing customers think in relation to you, even with or without a competitor behind the scenes, can be extremely valuable through the power of commenting. You can easily join in a conversation in a very talkative way. The answer is to create discussions, get conversations going, try and encourage a bit more toing and froing, and so that therefore you can find out much more through an easier and much looser form of communication than you can with merely writing adverts, which all they do is preach, and there is no dialogue. And that it is the dialogue, the conversation, that makes such a huge difference when it comes to finding out more about what your customers think about you or your competitors as well.